Hello YouTube, LD50 here, back with another video, and today we're going to be testing out the Troubleshooter. This is a new SMG that drops with the new Welcome to Pandora Vault card. You can redeem it by making progress for your Vault card, leveling up, getting keys, and then you can redeem these weapons. The weapon will be unanointed the first time you redeem it. But subsequent redemptions will be anointed, and obviously you can then re-roll the anointment to whichever that you want. It is variable parts. I have seen a variety of damage numbers for this gun. This is the highest one I've found so far, 20,000, but I have seen it as low as 14,000. Special ability of this gun is that it identifies the weakness of each target and modifies the element type accordingly. So what that does is it will look at the enemy, and if it's got a shield on, it will deliver shock damage, and then once the shield gone, it will deliver fire damage, or whatever the appropriate damage is. If it's an armored enemy, it will be delivering corrosive damage. It does seem to be working okay with immune enemies as well, notably fire heavies. I did some testing in the Malawan takedown, and I was finding that the fire heavies were not being damaged by this weapon. I think in that instance the weapon was deciding that they had a red health bar, and so it needed to deliver a fire damage, which obviously they would be immune to. However, I have run through Athenas a couple of times with this weapon, and I've not been able to replicate that. So we're going to have a run through. We'll see how we do. We'll go on and take on Grave Ward, and then we'll have you know, a little recap on what the weapon is like. So moving forward, I'm not going to use Iron Cub for the initial part of this test, because Iron Cub will just kill everything anyway, and I want to demonstrate how this weapon works against different enemies with different health bar combinations. Right, so it appears to be delivering plenty of damage there. Minesweeper activating there as well. Right, frostbite over here, and we have a flamethrower heavy. So let's see how we do against this flamethrower heavy. See if we can even get up against it. So even just from body shots, we're not even going for crits there, we are able to get up against the flamethrower heavy. So not quite sure what happened on in the Malawan takedown, where I found that they were immune, but they seem to be okay here on Athenas. It's a fairly useful weapon. It seems to be going through the enemies without any problem. Biggest advantage is you're not having to match elements. It is relatively ammo hungry. Because it's not dealing splash damage per se, it doesn't appear to be activating means of destruction. The splash damage from the cloning maddening tracker will activate that, but it doesn't appear that this weapon will. Let's see how we do down here. Oh, weapon seems to be doing okay. Projectiles are a bit slow. I think probably struggle a bit against flying enemies like racks and stuff. And obviously with the Minesweeper comm, if you're able to hit a crit, then obviously the damage will go up. Bit of extra fire rate from the Super Soldier shield there. But as you can see, quite difficult to hit moving targets because the projectiles are a bit slow. Poor gamesmanship there means we've gone down, but we're able to get back up again. I think we've got one more enemy up here. Yeah, run away, run away. So it doesn't seem to be the most efficient way of clearing areas with Moze. I would say that the flipper is probably a better choice. However, it is fairly good, and the fact that you don't have to match elements is a big advantage for this weapon. Obviously, if you're aiming for crits with the Minesweeper on, you have greater chance of doing maximum damage from the Minesweeper special ability. But you can clearly see from the demonstrations that the element is changing according to the enemy type. We'll run through the next couple of areas and get towards the boss and see how we do. Now, one thing I will note is that it is rather ammo hungry, and because it doesn't deal splash damage, we're not getting means of destruction. So you might find that this weapon for Moze would be better on a full bottomless mags build. But on a short map like Athena's with multiple ammo vendors, ammo's not really a major issue. And obviously I'm not using Iron Cub. Iron Cub would normally be doing a fair amount of the killing for me. This is purely to show the weapon off. We are getting some ammo regeneration, obviously, from the super soldier shield. That's a fairly good demonstration of what happens with this gun against enemy with 3 health bars there. You see that the element changed according to the different stages of the enemy, the shock, the armor and the health. So we'll proceed through the next area and make our way to Captain Traunt. So there we go, that's the map cleared. We'll go down and take care of Captain Traunt now and see how we get on with him. And then we'll take a trip over to Grave Ward. I hit a few criticals where I can. So against Captain Traunt, not the strongest weapon. It's a bit difficult sometimes to get his crit spots anyway. He doesn't often turn his back to you. But, you know, we got the job done. And also that was without the help of Iron Cub. So normally when we run this build, we would be using our Iron Cub. I'll just run through the gear quickly. So it was the Troubleshooter. It was a Super Soldier, a Minesweeper with weapon critical damage and weapon damage. The splash damage won't affect this weapon itself because the weapon doesn't do splash damage. However, the Cloning Maddening Tracker and I believe Fire in the Skag then are also splash damage, so that would help there. Running a Pearl, running an OGT, Cloning Maddening Tracker. This is our skill tree: blue tree, red tree, green tree and purple tree. We were playing, it's our Guardian rank. I'm playing on Mayhem 11. We're going to shoot over to Grave Ward now and see how we do against a single target like Grave Ward. I suspect we'll do okay, but I suspect it won't be stellar. So anyway, I'll see you over at Grave Ward where we will complete the kill and have a quick recap. So I'll see you over there in a moment. Welcome back, we're here at Grave Ward. I'm going to activate Iron Cub for this kill. I want Efficiency Engine to be part of the damage calculation. And we're going to allow Grave Ward to finish his platform tilt first and present his arm to give us the best chance of getting a good solid hit on a crit spot to activate the Minesweeper com. Got a little bit of Minesweeper action there. Well, there we go. Not too much trouble with Grave Ward. Some of that will be down to luck rather than judgment, with the Minesweeper com being RNG based. But all in all, not a bad kill. So all in all, yes, not a bad weapon. I would say that the Troubleshooter is a decent weapon to have. I think it does have some limitations perhaps. Bit slow with projectiles, bit hungry on ammo. Perhaps a full bottomless mags Moze build would be better for this weapon, but I think it's not bad at all. It also might be good to have a different anointment on it. For Moze, perhaps while Iron Cub is active, weapon damage is increased by 150%. Anointment would be good. On other characters next to mags would probably be a good choice. It doesn't deal splash damage, I don't believe, so I don't think any anointments to increase splash damage is really going to help this weapon. But all in all, I think it's a decent weapon. I think it's worth getting. I'm going to do some further testing on other characters and probably put some videos up about that as well. So, if you have enjoyed the video, I would be obliged if you could leave me a like and consider subscribing to the channel. It helps, gives me motivation to make more videos. I've been LD50, you've been lovely, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.